Hello, folks. Here I am. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of January. 2018 is off like gangbusters. Here we go. I have already received a piece of vinyl already this year. First one this year from someone in England. I don't know if it's James or. I understand that I do have several people throughout England that watch my videos. Thank you, England. I've never been there. I've been to Europe, but we didn't get to go to England. But ever since the Beatles, I've felt strong affinity for British music. I don't know if it's really the culture, but maybe so. There's something about the Brits that resonates with me when it comes to music, especially. So someone sent this to me, no name, so I don't know who sent it. It's a brand new release. Was released in December. This is Alien Stadium. It's a mini album. They're calling it 4 songs. Living in Elizabethan Times. Living in Elizabethan Times. What we have here is the Alien Stadium is a collaboration between Steve Mason, who was in the Beta Band, and Martin Duffy, who was in the band Felt. I think he did Denim as well afterwards, but I know Felt. Whoever sent this to me, thank you. Number one, thank you. When I put it on, I hadn't really looked at this information. I just opened it up, put it on, started listening to it. I like this, and I could tell by the vocals and the cadence of this track that it had something to do with the Beta Band. I like the Beta Band, and I like this. There's also, to me, there's this psychedelic thing, and I hear a direct line of influence from the Beatles and the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds through the High Llamas and Stereolab into this sound in the Beta Band. And I like this. I do. It's nothing super amazing. It's just really, it moves along very well. I like the words. This one's for the humans. And then the moon is not your friend. You know, I don't really spend a lot of time analyzing words, but I do like them. And I like the way these words hit me as they're going by, and they make me think. It's like, yeah, I could probably read a lot more into this if I took the time. Whoever sent me Alien Stadium, thank you. First new record of the year. As you see, yesterday I posted a teaser video to a new EP. What I've done is this. I announced last year that I was starting a soundtrack singles series, and I did 2 of them. And there wasn't much interest, and I also looked at numbers, and I said, okay, I'm not going to do this. I can change my mind. So I took those 2 that I released, combined them with a couple more new tracks. One of them was one that I played for you about a month or so ago that people said they were interested in, and I've released those as an EP called OK. It's on Bandcamp. But I've had several inquiries recently where people are kind of impatiently asking, are you going to put out some more records? Well, I want to, but because of the way that I'm living, I'm not able to acquire to build up the overhead and keep living. You know, every little bit of money that comes in is used to keep living. That's the level of income I'm at, which is pretty low, okay? However, I can tell you this much. I can't tell you who yet. Something by me from my past will be pressed on vinyl, either this year or next year. Working on the deal, okay? I'm excited. Is there a lot of money involved here? No. Is there some money involved? Yes. Is it a label that I'd like to be on, yes, but I can't give any details yet. The other thing that I'm doing is I am pursuing, I actually sent a message out this morning. I am going to pursue a couple of folks locally who have been pressing records to see if they would be willing to press mine, because my pitch to them is that, well, if you make my record, you'll make your money back. We don't have to make a lot. I know I can sell certain numbers. If you just press it, we can sell this baby. You can get your money back. Maybe we can make a little. I'm pursuing that, so I'm letting you know that. Vinyl is going to happen again for me, one way or the other. Right quick, I was listening again to the stack of records I got from FDH Records last year. The guys that are putting out Digital Leather and Bobby Hussey stuff. And this stuff is kind of, it's on the punk, trash punk side of things. I listened to several things. I listened to this Videodrome. I like this stuff. I wouldn't buy, I got to be honest, at this point I wouldn't buy it. It's, you know, it's like the sound of your neighbors making records. That's not a put down. It's more like, well, these records are made by people who are just making music. It's not like there's a whole lot of skill here. It's like people are writing songs, making music, and digging it. This is kind of a trashy electro sound. I like this even better. Telodrome. Once again, the synth, kind of punk synth sound is what I'd call this. Sparks came to mind for a second, not because of the vocals, but because of the plinky plonk of the music. Another one, Saccharin, Souvenirs, Trauma. I went ahead and just played these. I just listened to them all the way through. If the terms that I've used are appeal to you, check this label out and these artists, FDH Records, Saccharin. This is good stuff. The one that I enjoyed the most last night is this, and I'd actually bought it because I saw them open for a band, Outer Minds, and this reminds me of a modern day Jefferson Airplane. Psychedelic, garagey. I like the organ and the woman singing. It's probably my favorite of the FDHs. I like the Digital Leather, but Outer Minds, this is good. And I listened to this, The Bad Doctors, Burning City. Already I forget what this sounds like. I sort of enjoyed it. To be honest, the one that I played that I enjoyed the least, I gotta just be honest, but I want to review these again and just let you know. Eric, thanks for sending me these records. Kill the Whole Cast, Miscalculations. This is on nice, cool vinyl. I did play it all the way through. Something about the vocal approach was kind of like, after a while, it's like, well, what's the deal? What's going on here? I'll probably come back to it though. This was hard to listen to. It's something early by Jay Retard, who has passed away. I didn't know Jay, but Jay had problems, you know, and it's just really obvious in this music, you know, world of shit. And then played this, Mac Blackout, the Western Blue. I like this cover a lot, and was hoping the record would match it. It doesn't quite match the cover to me. Look this stuff up. I can't even describe it again already. Mac Blackout. But there's this aspect of, like I said, lo-fi. Sounds like things were not, they didn't spend a lot of money recording this stuff, but it has personality, and it's kind of like the idea of listening to your friends make records. You know, some of our friends are good, and these are examples of friends who've made some stuff that's pretty cool. And then the last thing I'll show is, just for the hell of it, this was laying in my for sale pile. And I said, well, let me play it. I haven't listened to this in a long time. Chemical Brothers, Out of Control, Sasha, remix. It's a club record, you know, basically. Blue vinyl. But I enjoy this club kind of music at home when I need energy, or just, you know, energy. So, for example, yesterday I started to work on some new artwork. And here's one so far. Yeah, I just take stuff, you know, collage, literally. Like you take stuff out of magazines and newspapers and stuff, and you reconfigure it. This is one I'm working on. Okay. All right, that's 10 minutes. Stephanie, I know you watch me. Love you. Hope you're feeling better. Folks, if you like the music on Bandcamp, buy downloads. The money that I make above and beyond what I need to pay my bills will go towards trying to put out some new music. The Door, that duet that I'm doing with Ariane, we are going to press that on CD for sure. Should have that in February. But I'd like to have some new solo vinyl this year. Like I said, I know I have something coming. I can't give details. It's being put out by someone else. But I'd like to put something else out under my name on vinyl this year. A whole thing. So I'm working on that. Buy the downloads. It helps, okay?